from the Point News. Look, I know I'm getting to this way late as far as getting this into the algorithm or anything like that, but I have some things to say about this. First, the facts. Alec Holowka, I hope I'm saying the name correctly, dev of Night in the Woods, and recently being accused by Zoe Quinn of Gamergate fame, has taken his own life. This comes on the heels of Zoe Quinn accusing him of some pretty serious sexual assault. And like most modern day sexual assault allegations, it seems to me, after going through the James Charles thing, after going through this Lazo thing that we followed very closely here, we didn't go to the police. We went to the internet. That's right. We went to the internet. And Mr. Alec Holowka, is now no longer with us. Now, before there's going to be obviously a lot of finger pointing towards Zoe Quinn. And I don't know the reason why Alex decided to take his life. I don't know if I'm going to directly. I'm going to make no claims. But yeah, I know what my heart tells me. But I also know that this kind of stuff is really important to me, and I am a human being, and I can fall for confirmation bias. So yeah, I guess I would think when you're accused of something with no evidence to back it up, none, zero, zip, that it would be maybe logical to come to terms with the fact that I got fired from my job, the fact that I'm going to be known as a sex pest the rest of my life. I might take my own life under those circumstances if I wasn't extremely well adjusted. Zoe Quinn, unsurprisingly, dodged it. The unburnt witch is out of here. And apparently, several people that stuck up for her and simply believe women for the sake of believing women. Are you sick of hearing that? Are you as tired as I am? As believe children, believe men, believe teenagers. Like, what's the difference? Believe women. Believe women. Otherwise, bad things will happen if you don't do it. Question nothing. Even though over and over again, we find these Me Too allegations that have happened in my community, happened in the makeup community, and now the poisonous indie dev community. And now we got a suicide. Look, Mr. Holowka was, I would imagine, was pretty ill. And I can't imagine. Well, I don't know. I've never been accused of something like this before. And I'm sorry if I'm personalizing this video. I try to keep it straight, but screw it. I'm basically just going to say what I want. Because when I saw this, I picked up on it late. I was outraged. I'm angry. And I don't like to, I like to keep calm. And I think I did a pretty good job during this Lazo thing. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you what I think of this SJW religion and what it does. So we got people deleting their tweets, trying to diss himself. We got this stellar individual checking out, avoiding responsibility. And we have Alec's sister. I can't get my head around this, folks. So check this out. This comes from Ellen Mary Holowka. She shared the statement on her Twitter right after her brother's passing. Alec Holowka, my brother, best friend, passed away this morning. To those who know me, know that I believe survivors, and I've always done everything I can to support survivors, those suffering from mental illness, and those with chronic illnesses. Alec was a victim of abuse, and he also spent a lifetime battling mood and personality disorders. I will not pretend that he was not also responsible for causing harm. Remember that. But deep down, we know he was a person who wanted only to offer people care and kindness. It took him a while to figure out how. Isn't it interesting that your own flesh and blood would be that critical hours after your passing? Yes, I'm criticizing her. You're absolutely right. First of all, I find it bizarre that she starts, and I don't know what she's referring to in. Go in the description box below and fill me in. The first sentence of the second paragraph, I believe survivors. Is she talking about rape survivors? I believe them. I've always done everything I support survivors. Survivors of mental illness, survivor of rape. Are we virtue signaling to SJWs after your brother's death? I'd like to know. Those suffering from mental illness and with chronic illnesses. This, and then she goes on to say, I will not pretend that he's not responsible for causing harm. Own flesh and blood. All right. We don't know that. There was an accusation, and her first sentence is believe survivors. So I think that's who she's pandering to. That's my guess. And then she said she's somewhat responsible for causing harm. There's no police investigation here. This is a execution by Twitter. And the same people that executed this accusation are gone! Wouldn't you? I'm not saying throw Zoe under the bus before you have all the evidence in, but would you if your brother or your sister passed away? Wouldn't you be a little bit suspicious that maybe this is BS? Maybe he did it. I don't know. But I would be a bit skeptical unless she was concrete, knew something. This is Zoe Quinn we're talking about here. She's not credible. She's a liar. How many video game scams does she haven't delivered on like most blue-haired kooks? We all got to pretend that she's somebody that's in that business, that knows what she's doing, that's never produced anything of value or made any money for anybody. No, she hasn't. She's been a political activist, and a terrible one at that. I think it'd be okay. I think it would be okay to find out, or maybe even ask Zoe, did my brother really do that to you? I can't believe that this woman would be so quick to be critical of her, apparently from the first sentence, and not question this. If this were me, I would announce my brother's death, and I'd be on the phone with her. This really happened? Because I can't go into detail about what Zoe accused him of. It's berserk. It's crazy. And if it's true, he should have been life in prison. But it's Zoe Quinn, man. She's a liar. That's why I believe women is such bullshit. All you need is one crazy woman that likes to tell lies or has no compunction. A sociopath. Over the last few years, with therapy and medication, Alec became a new person. The same person that he'd always been without any of the darkness. He was calm and happy, positive and loving. Obviously, change is a slow process, and it wasn't perfect. My wife's not this critical of me when I check out, but is working towards rehabilitation and a better life. In the last few days, he was supported by many Manitoba Crisis Service, and I want to thank anyone there for their support. I want to thank Adam Saltzman. I knew a guy named Sam Saltzman, sorry, for staying up late and talking with us and reminding Alec that there was a future. My family was always the most important thing to me. Please give us time to heal. We tried our best to support Alec, but in the end, we felt that he had lost too much. I'm sorry. I am unapologetically. She put this out in the public. She decided to be critical of her brother that passed away. I know the reputation of this woman. I know what a fraud he is. I think I can criticize you. I mean, it's truly unbelievable. How do you know this was a stone lie on her part? Do you have any evidence that your brother was a maniac? And if your brother was what she said he was, then it's fuck him. You're somewhere in between. Anybody that could do those things to a woman, they barely deserve a tombstone. And I'm reluctant to believe it. I have a theory. On why she behaved this way. Let's take a look. Here she is. PhD student, writer, feminist, game dev, lives with a gecko cat. It's a religion. It's a religion. This political correctness is a religion. The pull to virtue signal, the pull to make sure she didn't question why this had happened was enough. I mean, who wouldn't be angry here? Who wouldn't be angry? No more Christmases. No more birthdays. No more laughs. Everything is past tense. And your priority was saying my brother was loving, but he wasn't perfect. Over an allegation that has no evidence. None. Was not given to the police to investigate. And was tried, ruled on, and executed by Twitter.